Hey guys, Magic Master here. I am back from vacation and I have another card trick for you guys, and my assistant is also back with me today.
Hi guys!
But before we get into that, go subscribe to all the links I have in the description. Without further ado, let's get into the performance. So, I'm going to start by having you shuffle the deck. Now, this is one of the new decks I got for Christmas, so it is still a little stiff yet. I tried to shuffle it and loosen it up beforehand, but it's not really loose yet, so you can just do some overhand shuffles or whatever.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So, now I'm going to have you cut the deck somewhere.
Okay.
Alrighty. So now, I'm going to just use these cards, and I'm just going to make 3 different piles here, and I'm just going to kind of just do it like this to mix it up a little bit.
Alright.
And just grab a few extra cards here. Okay, so now we don't need the rest of the deck for this trick, and I'll have you point to one of these 3 piles. Okay, I'm going to turn my back. You can take that pile, look at all the cards, memorize one of them, and point to the card that you memorized just so everybody else knows what it is. And I'm not going to be looking for any of this, and when you're done, just set it back down there.
Got it. Alright.
Okay, so now I'll just put the packets back together here. Now I'm gonna deal them back out into the 3 piles, and you are going to try and figure out which pile your card is in. So go ahead, point to the pile you think your card is in. Okay. Is it in this pile?
Yes.
Yeah, it's in there. You guys can see it too. I don't know what it is, obviously, but it's in there. So now I'm gonna deal the cards out again. Okay, point to the pile you think your card is in. That one there. All right, let's take a look. Is your card in this pile?
No.
No, it's not in there. Okay. So pick one of these 2 piles then. That one there. All right. Is your card in this pile?
No.
No, not in there either. So it must be in this pile then, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. It's in there, guys. You can see it somewhere. Okay. So now we're going to do this one more time. Okay, which pile do you think your card is in this time? That one there? All right, let's take a look. Is your card in this pile?
Yes.
Yes, okay. You guys can see that. It's somewhere in that pile there. Okay, so now I'm gonna give you the packet of cards here.
Okay.
I want you to deal them slowly, one at a time, face down on the table here. And whenever you think you get to your card, just go ahead, stop dealing.
Okay. Let's see. 1.
You don't have to count.
I think it's this one.
That one?
It is!
There we go, guys. Alright, that was the performance, and let's get into the tutorial. So, this is an absolutely amazing trick, and I need the rest of the deck. Hold on a second. Okay, there we go. This is a really cool trick. I really like it, although it doesn't work the greatest with some people, and I'll explain why later. First of all, you can have the spectator shuffle up the deck. And these are, like I said, a little bit stiff yet, so forgive my terrible shuffling. And then you can have them cut anywhere they like, but you need to make sure you have 3 piles of 9 cards. So obviously 27 cards in total. So if they cut kind of deeper and you know you have like more than 27 cards, that's great. But if they cut shallower than 27, that's fine too, because you can just grab extra cards from the leftover cards over here. So let's say they cut there. Okay, so you can do it in groups of 3 cards, and then each pile would have to have 9, like I said. So you could do 3, 3, 3, 6, 6, 6, 9, and then you can just grab a couple extra cards there to make that one 9, and then make that one 9. And now you don't need the rest of the deck. Obviously, you wouldn't say how many cards you're counting out or anything like that. You just kind of just do it like that. Okay, so now you have the spectator point to any one of the piles. Let's say they point to this one, okay? So then you have them memorize any one of these cards here. So it doesn't matter what they memorize. Let's just say they wanted the 8 of spades. Okay, so now what you want to do next is take the pile their card is in and put it in the middle of the other 2 piles when you stack them together. So this is the pile their card is in, so you want to make sure it goes in the middle just like that. So now you want to deal with the piles again. And you're going to be dealing them out 2 more times after this. And you want to make sure you're doing it one at a time here, and that you're going left, middle, right, in kind of this triangle shape here. So left, middle, right, you know. Okay, so now when you're asking the spectator what pile they think their card is in, this is all just kind of for the show. So if they pick correctly the first time, all 3 times, that's great. That'll add on to the effect of the trick, but that's a rarer occurrence. It hasn't happened with me yet. So yeah, as you saw in the performance, she got it the first time. Did she get it the third time? No, I don't think so. She only got it the first time. But yeah, like I said, rare occurrence. If they don't pick the right pile right away, that's fine. You can move on to the other 2 piles and stuff like that. So let's say they picked this pile right here. And then you'd show it to them. You wouldn't be looking at any of these cards. You would just be showing it to them. So you're actually not looking at the faces of the cards for this whole entire trick. So they'd say, yes, it is in this pile. And now you want to take the pile with their card here and you want to put it on top of the other 2 piles. Not in the middle anymore. From now on, we're going to be putting it on top. And then you deal them out again into the piles, left, middle, right, left, middle, right, in that triangle shape. Then once again, you ask them which pile they think their card is in. Let's say they said this one. Is it in this pile? They would say no. So you say, okay, pick one of these 2 then. They would pick this one, let's say. Is it in this pile? No. So then you show them this one, it must be in this one, correct? And they would say yes. So then, once again, take it and put it on top of the other 2 piles. And then you deal them out one more time here. And now you ask them what pile they think their card is in one more time. So they pick this one. Is it in this pile? No, it's not. Okay, pick one of these 2. This one here, is it in this pile? No, it's not. So you show them this one. It must be in this one then, correct? Yes. Now, their card will be the 7th card in the pile. No matter what happens, it will always be the 7th card. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th card, there it is. And once again, take that pile, set it on top of the other 2. Now you have to remember that their card is in the 7th position in this packet of cards. So if this is completely up to the spectator how many cards they deal. Now, they might not always deal 7 is the problem, but there are some outs to this. So if they deal 6, 7, or 8, you're usually fine. Because if they deal 6 and they stop dealing there, you have them flip over the next card, which would be the 7th. If they deal 7, it would be the card on the table, would be their card. And if they deal 8, you can do a double lift. You pick up this packet, say you could have stopped anywhere, do your double lift. I'm not gonna try to do anything fancy here. I'm just gonna pick them up just like this and show it's their card. And then you can even do that if they do 9. If they deal 9 here, you can do a triple lift if you want to. That's kind of iffy, but it still works sometimes. And that would also work if they only deal 5 cards on the table. You can do a double lift then from this packet. And then if they only deal 4 cards, you can do a triple lift again. Now, for anything above or below 4 to 9 cards, I think it was, it gets a little bit trickier, but it's still doable. Well, actually, if they deal 1, 2, or 3 cards on the table, there is really no good way to do this that I can see. So they dealt 3 cards, or 2, or 1. So you know it's in the 7th position still, right there. I really don't see a good way to reveal it to them, because it's not like you can do a quadruple lift. That just doesn't work. After triple lift, it's kind of like, it's a little bit sketchy. I don't really know what a good way would be for that, but if they go over 9, there are ways to do that. So their card is here, right? And let's say they dealt a whole bunch of cards on top of there, and they stopped there. Now here, you can do a move to get their card to the top. I forgot what it was called, but I'll put what it's called in the description, I guess. Okay, I forgot what it is called, but it's a move where you're able to control their card to the top. So their card is 7th from the bottom right now if you have them face down. There it is right there. So what you can do is say you could have stopped anywhere while you're spreading out like this, and then you get a break, so you have 7 cards on the bottom there. And then, like I said, I'll leave the name of this move in the description, but what you want to do is, I'll also leave a tutorial of it in the description from somebody else's channel. I'm not going to go too in-depth here right now, but somebody else will explain it to you. So you kind of want to take this packet here, turn it that way, turn this packet there, and set it like that. That's kind of just a brief overview. So now their card is on top of this packet here. And while you're doing that, you're doing a whole thing about you could have stopped anywhere, stuff like that, but you stopped here and there's your card. So that is that trick. Like I said, the ending can have many different outcomes, but there are many different ways to get out of it. But like I also said, I'm not sure if there's really a good way to get out of the, if they deal 1, 2, or 3 cards position. I've actually done this to 4 people so far. My mom, my dad, and my sister / assistant, and just some other guy that I know. 2 out of those 4, actually my dad and the guy, they stopped at like 2 or 3 cards. So since I didn't really know any way to do it, I'm like, well, could you maybe deal a little bit more? I don't know. If you guys can think of a good way to get out of that position, go ahead and let me know, because it's not really fun if they only deal 2 or 3 cards and you have to ask them to deal more. So yeah, anyway, I hope you guys liked the trick, and I'll see you next time.